I'd like to introduce to you my friend Kate Morgan.
Hi everyone, my name is Kate and this is Rhett. When I first found out I was pregnant, I was surrounded by fear and disbelief. I had a modeling and acting career in Los Angeles and I was in a tumultuous relationship that I did not want to stay in. When I told my boyfriend at the time, he told me to get an abortion. There was no negotiation. I was controlled by his fear and felt diminished by circumstance. I was so scared and felt I had no other options. I withdrew from friends, work, social life, and even my family. My boyfriend and I, our relationship disintegrated, and he only called me to ask me when I was going to have my abortion. I have never felt so absolutely alone. I had nowhere to go for guidance or for acceptance. I knew if I followed through with my pregnancy, I would lose my work, my relationship, my friends, my body shape, the place where I lived, and worst of all, the respect of my family. I had no idea how I would support a baby, and I didn't want to stay and raise a child in a caustic environment. I started desperately searching for other options and came across Avenues Pregnancy Clinic. I knew in my heart I wanted to keep this baby, but I didn't know how. Immediately upon entering the doorway of Avenues, I was greeted with smiles and understanding. The women working at Avenues gave me countless references for doctors, nutrition plans, adoption agencies, and more that ended up being the backbone of the next 9 months of my pregnancy. I went from having one sad option to many very wonderful, accessible options. They even gave me an ultrasound so I could see my baby for the very first time. It was beautiful. Not only was my decision very clear, but now I had the resources and support for a wonderful pregnancy. The thing that struck me most about Avenues Pregnancy Clinic were the people. I'll never forget Leanne, my counselor, telling me that God wanted me to trust him. He knows what he's doing. I thought about that every day. I thought about that when I went to the doctor for the first time. I thought about that when I heard my son's heartbeat for the first time. I thought about that when my cousins told me that they were pregnant too. I thought about that when my family stood up and happily welcomed me and my pregnancy. I thought about that when my cousins' babies and mine were each born a day apart. And now I think about that as we get the chance to raise our sons together. God's love is as endless as it is mysterious. We never know what blessings we may receive if we are open to him, if we trust him. For me, going to Avenues Pregnancy Clinic opened up a world of possibility that I never even knew existed. My son Rhett turned 5 months this week, and even though there are still uncertainties in my life, the one thing I know for sure is I get to watch him grow, live, laugh, smile, and discover the world around him. And now, I can trust God even more than ever.